A very good morning to all our live viewers. We are on the way with the second match in the Super Sunday. Masterstroke Cricket Academy winning the toss, opting to bat first. What a shot that was! Shot from Akhil Reddy and Jamalpur Malikarjun pulls it beautifully, clears the infield with ease. That's the second boundary of the over. Well, Jamalpur Malikarjun, what a batsman! What a run he's having. 115 matches for him, 4,705 runs, averaging over 53, strike rate of 151.63. Went for a very quick single. Well, the bowler did exceedingly well. If the bowler hits the target, it would have been curtains for Mallikarjun there. There were no need for such quick single, but Mallikarjun went for it and survives a very close chance. Mustafa Javid now on strike. Well, that's a good swing there from Akhil Reddy on the money. Dot ball to close out the over. 9 coming off the very first over. Masterstroke Cricket Academy 9 without any loss after 1. RN56. RM56 to share the new ball alongside Akhil Reddy. 24 matches for him, 8 wickets, economy 6.65, best figures of 3 for 22 for RM56. Will bowl the second over of the match. The game changers. Bowling first after losing the toss. Jamalpur, Mallikarjun. What a what a batter he has been. He's in tremendous form. Well, RN starts off with a wide delivery outside off stump. Coming back to Mallikarjun. Every time he's walked into bat in this tournament, he's gone past 100. Well, what a stat that is to have. Can he continue the very way? Will he get another ton for him? What? Or will the game changers end his dream run? Well, on the pads, clipped away with the soft hands. Ran the first one hard. They have to settle in with that single. Mustafa Javid, the other opener, alongside Mallikarjun. He's got good experience behind him too. 90 matches for Mustafa Javid, 2,162 runs, averaging just under 31, strike rate 98.41. That's a very full delivery, beautifully driven on the up, just wide of that short covers. So Mustafa gets underway with the single, long off and deep extra cover, in fact sweeper cover, are the two fielders outside the circle for Mallikarjun. RM56 is a left arm pacer, punched off the back foot and beats the mid on fielder. Well, the fielder should have been stopping that one. He got to the ball, but trying to stop it with the foot, understandably, Akhil, the fielder there inside the circle, he bowled the previous over. He might be tired, lazy effort, lets the ball go through for a boundary. Mallikarjun moves to 14. 14 of just 7 deliveries. He hardly seems to be hitting the ball. It's just the timing. He's the class act. Mallikarjun. Very full delivery. Once again, very straight driven. This time, no chance for mid-on fielder to cut that off. That's a back-to-back boundaries. Timing written all over that shot. Jamalpur Mallikarjun once again starts off nicely. 18 of just 8 deliveries for him. Masterstroke Cricket Academy 20 without any loss inside 2 overs. Well, RM56 goes for 11 in his first 4 deliveries. No team in this tournament so far has dismissed Mallikarjun inside the power play. Once again driven nicely, but this time straight to the mid-on fielder. Well, there's a misfield from the wicket keeper, and both the batters very quick to seize on the opportunity. Through for a single, score moves to 21. So far, 12 runs of the over. Last ball of the over will be coming up. 21 without any loss. Masterstroke Cricket Academy. They're off to a flyer. Full attacking the stump. Mustafa Javid does well to keep it out. 12 runs coming off the second over by RM56. Masterstroke Cricket Academy 21 without any loss after opting to bat first. Cut away straight to the point. Who does well? That's a dot ball. Over starts off with a boundary. Akil testing Mallikarjun with the short stuff at the very first ball. He pulls it beautifully. No one there behind. It was a poor ball. Should have been having a fielder behind in the square leg or in the fine leg. If he's bowling short, he had third man and sweeper cover went for short, went for four at the very first ball. Well, drifting on the pads, Mallikarjun clips it beautifully. That ball will be cut off by the fine leg fielder, but it will still be couple of runs for Jamalpur Mallikarjun. What a batter he has been for Masterstroke Cricket Academy. He's done bulk of the scoring for this team so far in this tournament, averaging over 200. Jamalpur Mallikarjun in this tournament. This is one heck of an achievement. This time drives, but straight to mid off. It's a dot ball. Well, Jamalpur Mallikarjun, hardly we see him getting rushed. It looks like he have good amount of time for every length. Stands very nice and straight, very upright at the stumps. Gets low, then from there itself gets his trigger movement either forward or to the backward according to the length. This is a display of batting masterclass from Mallikarjun. Punches one off the back foot to get a single. 7 runs so far of the over. Last ball of the over. 28 on the board for Masterstroke Cricket Academy. Driven straight to mid on. Well. A clean pickup and direct hit would have been a mighty close, but Mustafa Javid gets it away with the help of a misfield. After 3 overs, Masterstroke Cricket Academy MSCA 29 without any loss. RM 56 will continue after being expensive in his first over. What a shot that was from Mustafa Javid. Very full delivery from RM 56, and he beautifully lifts it over covers. That's a first boundary for him. He moves to 6 with that boundary. Masterstroke Cricket Academy score moves to 33 without any loss after 3.1. Very full, huge appeal, but the umpire suggests the batter got an outside edge on that one. A good over from RM 56. After being taken for a boundary at the very first ball, he only concedes 3 in his next 5. All in all, 7 runs. 7 runs coming off the fourth over. MSCA 36 without any loss after 4. Chanchinaidu into the attack to ball the fifth over. Starts off with a single. Score moves to 37. Well, what a shot that was. Slightly fuller in terms of length and inside out. Over covers for a six. It's a very hard shot to execute, but Mallikarjun makes it look effortless. Slightly fuller in terms of length and it travels the distance. Hardly seems hitting at that one. It's just the extension of cover drive from Mallikarjun that gets him a six. 64 matches for Chanchinaidu, 44 wickets, economy 7.72, best figures of 4 for 30. Well, straight away makes an adjustment, drags his length back against Jamalpur Mallikarjun. Mallikarjun just walks it away with the soft hands on the onside and gets the single. Sweeper cover and long off are the two fielders outside the circle after that six. Well, that's a slow one. Beautifully executed slow one from Chanchanaidu. Mustafa Javid does well. Waits on that one nicely and played with the soft hands. That's a dot ball. Short ball pulled away but straight to the fielder inside the circle. Mustafa Javid there doesn't get it out of the middle. It was a bottom end shot. That ball went straight to the short mid wicket fielder on a bounce. So no single there. Last ball of the over. Once again, late on the pull, Mustafa Javid. Once again, the ball goes to the short mid wicket fielder. Three dots in a row to close out the over. 8 runs coming off the fifth over. MSCA 44 without any loss after 5. RM56 to continue will ball the final over of the power play. If played off the front foot by Mallikarjun and threw for a single. Not going after that one as there was a fielder behind in the long off region. This is what the good batters do. They play according to the field. The sweeper cover push back and long on is inside the circle for Mustafa Javid. A very full delivery. Almost a yorker there. Mustafa Javid tried to open the face of the bat. It's it straight to the point. That's a dot ball. On the pads and beautifully clipped. That was aerial, but no one behind, so it was safe shot. RM56 this time drifts one onto the pads of Mustafa Javid, who helps it beautifully over square leg for a boundary. What a shot that was! It was purely a timing from Mustafa Javid, allowed the ball to come to him, then beautifully guides it elegantly, glances it over square leg for a boundary. 2.3 overs, 24 without any loss for RM56 so far. Wind flowing very heavily here at one champion cricket ground. The wheels are off. Play stops for a while, but the wind won't. So, all set for the play to resume. There's a Yorker from RM56. Appeal for caught behind, but denied by the match official. The game changers, they have bowled well. They have not allowed Masterstroke Cricket Academy players to score at a blistering rate. Very full delivery, driven on the up. Sweeper cover will cut that off, so it will only be a single. 50 is up for Masterstroke Cricket Academy. 15 good time. 50 without any loss after 5.5 overs. This will be the last over of the power play. Jamalpur Mallikarjun will be on the strike. Well, that's a slow one. Mallikarjun waits on nicely, runs it in the third man. Short third fielder does well, gives it a chase, but it will be a couple of runs to close out the sixth over. 8 runs coming off the sixth one. MSCA 52 without any loss after 6 overs. Power play done and dusted. FB now into the attack. Starts off with a dot ball. 73 without any loss for Masterstroke. They haven't lost a wicket but haven't scored over 10 so far in this match. Punched off the back foot, a hand, and the wicket hits the timber, but batter there at the non-striker end was well inside his bat crease. So it's been given not out. Good start for FB, back-to-back dot deliveries. 42 matches for him. 48 wickets, economy 7.74, best figures of 5 for 16, 45 of 25 for Jamal for Malikarjun, whereas 23 of 25 for Mustafa Javid. Played off the back foot in the mid wicket. They have charged in for single, but will not get the second. Good fielding, good effort in the deep. Gets the ball back in time, keeps the batter to 1. Score moves to 74 with that. This time looking to go up and over. That ball not carries all the way to the deep fielder. Comes in and collects the ball after a bounce. With that single, score moves to 75. A good over so far from FB. Couple of dots, then couple of singles. So only 2 runs coming off 4 balls so far. Fuller in terms of length, driven with the soft hand straight to the short cover. That's a dot ball. Last ball of the over. On the pads, beautifully clipped away. They are coming for second. Yes, they'll get the second on that occasion. Slight misfield will allow them to complete the single with ease. Still a good over. 4 runs coming off the ninth over by FB. MSCA 77 without any loss after 9. Himachand will continue with his right arm off break. He's gone for 10 in his first over. Will ball the final over from this end. A punch off the back foot from Mustafa Javid. So it will only be a single. Well, that's a low full toss. Malikarjun happy to drive it. Only for a single down to long on. Couple of singles to start off the over. So far only 72 on the board for Eagles. What a shot that was from Jamalpur Malikarjun. In fact, it's Mustafa Javid. That's a boundary for Mustafa Javid. He moves to 29 with that 4. A misfield in the sweeper cover region. That should have only been a single, maximally 2. But the misfield lets it go through for a boundary. Mustafa Javid looking for another biggie. Came down the track, ended up getting it full on the bat. Looked to go for a big shot, but gets an inside half. Ball hits the pad, then back to the bowler. Once again, a low pull toss, hit away. Fielder there behind. Will they look for second? No. Mustafa Javid, not the quickest between the wickets, has to settle in with a single. Score moves to 84. 84 without any loss after 9.5. Mallikarjun on the verge of getting to a 50. 49 of just 29 deliveries for Mallikarjun. Well played with the soft hands. Point fielder charges in. A good throw, but still it's good enough for a single. 50 for Mallikarjun. A very well compiled half century. We are halfway through in the very first inning. MSCA after 10 overs, 85 without any loss. There will be a change in end. Players will have drinks. We'll be right back after a very short break. Well, the Malikarjun getting dismissed inside the three-figure mark for the very first time in the tournament. FB, the bowler with the breakthrough. What a wicket this has been. Malikarjun dismissed for 52 of just 32 deliveries. Well, a faint edge, a very thin edge, a beautiful catch by the wicketkeeper. Malikarjun dismissed for 52. This is the first time in the tournament that he's been dismissed inside the three-figure mark. Huge round of applause for Malikarjun by his teammates as he walks off. Well, what a wicket that was. Abby gets the biggest wicket of the match in the 11th over. Change of end does the trick for the game changers as they get rid of a very big fish. Malikarjun looked good for his 52, but now has to walk back. Yuvan Chandra, the new batter in at number 3, a youngster making his way out to the center in at number 3. 117 matches for Yuvan Chandra, 1326 runs, averaging over 20, strike rate 96.23. Well, gets a full toss, gets a gift on the very first ball, clips it beautifully in the fine leg. That ball went straight to the fine leg fielder, goes right between his legs. Yuvan Chandra gets off the mark with a boundary. What a shot that was! That was a poor delivery from FB after getting a wicket of Malikarjun. He balls a poor delivery, drifts one on the patch, beautifully clipped away by Yuvan Chandra. No better way to announce yourself on the batting crease than hitting a boundary at the very first ball. Once again, walked away on the onside with the soft hands. This time it will only be a single. The game changers. They are the first team to dismiss Malikarjun inside the three figures mark. Will they get more wickets? Well. That's a poor bit of glove work behind the timber. Wicket keeper there, D9, should have been taking that one. That's 4 by signal. A very full delivery. Mustafa Javid looking to go over extra cover, misses completely. So does the wicket keeper. Now the batters will be hitting against the wind, so runs will not come as easily as it did from the previous end. Very full delivery, beautifully driven. Long off fielder charges in, so it will only be a single to close out the over. 12 runs and a massive wicket of Jamalpur Malikarjun coming off the 11th over by FB. Masterstroke Cricket Academy 97 for the loss of 1. Himachand will continue with his off break. Played late, straight to the point, looking for the quick single. A clean throw, but the wicket keeper fails to collect the ball. Well. That would have been curtains for Yuvan Chandra if the wicket keeper collected that ball cleanly. A good throw from the point fielder right beside the stumps, but the wicketkeeper fumbles. Score moves to 98. Yuvan Chandra survives. Punched off the back foot. There's a fielder behind in the sweeper cover. So it will only be a single. 100 is up for Masterstroke with that single. 100 for 1. 11.2. They've got to 100 in good time. Masterstroke Cricket Academy. But they have lost a massive wicket of Mallikarjun. How will they further proceed? Once again played off the back foot on the onside for a single. Well, this time the batter coming down the track, looking to go for the big shot. Mustafa Javid getting right at the toe end of the bat. So it's only a single. Score moves to 103. Five singles and a wide so far in this over. 6 runs coming. Yet a delivery to be bowled. Wide off, long off. Will they go for second? No, they won't. A good throw from the deep fielder keeps the batter to one. 7 runs coming off the 12th over by Himachand. 104, MSCA 104 for the loss of one after 12. A misfield in the gully region. Well, they're coming back for second. Yes, they'll get the second run with ease. What's happening there with the game changers? That should have been a dot ball, but it's 3 runs for MSCA Academy, Masterstroke Cricket Academy. 6 runs coming off the over so far. Chaitanya introduced into the attack with his right arm off break. Driven cleanly straight to the sweeper cover. So it will only be a single. Score moves to 111 in just 12.5 overs. Chaitanya 241 matches for him. 282 wickets. Economy 6.32. Best figures of 7 for 31. He's a wicket taker, but he's gone for 7 so far. No wicket in the over. Well, in the air, but will land in the no man area. Will they come back for second one? Will they chance the arm of the fielder? Yes, they do. And they get the second run with ease. 9 runs coming off the 13th over. A good one for the batting team. MSCA after 13, 113 for the loss of one. Himachan to bowl out. Well, that's beautifully played off the back foot, but will be cut off. Well, they are going for the second run. Chance of a run out. Himachan there should have been standing behind the stumps. Easy 2 runs for Masterstroke Cricket Academy as the score moves to 115. Well, there's an outside edge. Ball racing away in the third man region. Fielder after that one, but he has to give it up. That's a boundary for Yuvan Chandra. Boundary after a 3 overs for Masterstroke Cricket Academy. Since the departure of Mallikarjun, there was only a single boundary. Now the boundary coming. Batters doing bulk of scoring in singles and doubles in last couple of overs. Well, Hima there looking to ball inside the wide line on the off stump, way outside off stump, and that's been given wide by the umpire. Score moves to 120. This time walked away on the onside. Fielder there in the deep. He gets to the ball in a flash, so no chance for the second run. They are settling in with a single. 121 for the loss of one after 13.3. Another single. 10 runs so far of the over. This is good one from Masterstroke Cricket Academy. Last ball of the over. Aerial, but wide of covers. Long off fielder will cut that off. So it will only be a single to close out the over. 11 runs coming off the 14th over. Masterstroke Cricket Academy 124 for the loss of one after 14. Chaitanya to continue. Once again, the ball moves to long off all along the carpet. Will they look for second one? Throw is good, but wide, just wide of the bowler. Fails to collect the ball cleanly. Couple of runs to start off the over. Well, there was never two there, but with the batters turning singles into doubles, looking to run hard. Well, this time drilled down the ground, straight to the long off. This time, no chance for the second one. So they are settling in with a single. Three runs coming off first two deliveries. Looking for big shot. Yuvan Chandra. That's in the air for a very long while, but just clears the circle. Fielder there was 3-4, but still ball landing well in front as the batter is hitting against the wind. It's been not the same gameplay after the departure of Malikarjun. Once again looking for the big shot, no timing whatsoever on the ball. Straight to the pit wicket fielder was well inside the skirtings. In fact, standing 3-4 keeps the batter to one. 5 runs so far of the over. Only two boundaries in last 5 overs for Masterstroke Cricket Academy. This time hit straight back to the bowler. Well, a misfielding there by the bowler will allow the batter to get through for a single. 21 of 14 for Yuvan Chandra is look good, but Mustafa Javid needs to get a move on. He's playing on 46 of just 43 deliveries as we are into the final 6 overs. Once again looking for the big shot, swing and a miss. That's a dot ball. 6 runs coming off the 15th over. MSCA 130 for the loss of one after 15. Chanchanaidu back into the attack. Starts off with a slow one. Yuvan Chandra looking for big shot. Well punched off the back foot, but straight to the covers. That's a dot ball. Mustafa Javid 46 of 45. He's well set. Big shot, mid wicket fielder settling underneath, and he takes it. Well, a struggle for Mustafa Javid comes to an end. An easy catch. for Akil Reddy in the deep. Mustafa Javid managing runner ball 46. Masterstroke Cricket Academy 131 for 2 after 15.3. Well, Sheikh Muhammad Rahmatullah is the new batter in and goes out for a golden duck cotton ball by Chanch Naidu, looking to hit straight, but hits it straight back to the bowler who makes no mistake in his follow through. Back to back wickets for Chanch Naidu. Sheikh Muhammad Rahmatullah fails to open his account. He goes for a golden duck. Shriyansh Reddy is the new batter in at number 5 for MSCA. 61 matches for Shriyansh. 615 runs, averaging over 17, strike rate just under 70. Another youngster making his way out to the center. Well, huge appeal. That looked pretty adjacent. Chance of a run out, a wild throw from the point fielder. Well, plenty happening on that delivery. In the end, it's a single, that to a leg by. Score moves to 132. A chaos in the middle. Once again, a slow one. Played off the back foot into the covers. They're coming back for second. A good throw, but still both the batters completing the second run with ease. A successful over from Chanchanaidu. 4 runs and couple of wickets coming off the 16th over. Masterstroke Cricket Academy 134 for the loss of 3 after 16. Final 4 overs remaining in the innings. What will be the target that Masterstroke Cricket Academy put up for the game changers? A huge mix up, and yes, given. Sriyansh Reddy there looking for the quick single, sent back by Yuvan Chandra from the non-striker, and he had no chance to get back. Sriyansh Reddy, the man dismissed. RM56, the fielder in the gully, makes no mistake, and the wicketkeeper D9 does the rest. That's fourth one down for Masterstroke Cricket Academy. 134 on the board. Manmohan is the new batter in at number 6. Trying to play off the back foot, gets beaten. That's a dot ball. This time punched off the back foot, straight to the sweeper cover. A misfield. Will they come back for second? Yes, they are. A throw is very poor. Manmohan gets off the mark with 69 matches for him, 94 runs, averaging over 6. Strike rate 73.4 for Manmohan. His stats will get improved as he gets chances more to bat. Well, that's a short ball. Manmohan lets it go through, so does the wicket keeper. Poor bit of wicket keeping from D9. 4 by signal by the umpire. Score moves to 140. This time Manmohan makes room for himself. Looked to launch that one in the long off region, but just ballooned in the air. In the end, long off fielder collects it after a couple of bounces. So it's only a single. Score moves to 141. Last ball of the over. Batter going hard at that one. Chance of a run out at the keeper's head, but throw is wide. Manmohan makes his ground with ease. 8 runs and a wicket coming off the 17th over. MSCA 142 for the loss of 4 after 17. Final 3 overs remaining. Akil Reddy back into the attack. Bowled well with the new ball. Now comes in to close out the innings. Well, he's got more fielders on the offside. Deep third man, gully, point, sweeper cover, short covers, long off, long on, mid wicket, and short square leg. Yuvan once again swings hard, but gets no connection with the ball whatsoever. Back to back dot deliveries to start the 18th over. Once again on a length, looking for big shot. This time, Yuvan Chandra gets good piece of the ball, and that ball is a one bounce four. Much needed boundary for MSCA. Beautifully done by Yuvan Chandra. Hits it straight as an arrow, a safest place to hit. Well, long on, long off now. Standing very straight after that boundary. This time Yuvan shuffles, gets a low full toss, looked to scoop over square leg, but that ball hitting high on his bat. He'll come back for the second run. 6 runs so far of the over. Once again on the pads, appeal for the leg before, but it was drifting down the leg. Leg by signal by the umpire. Score moves to 149. 7 runs so far of the over. Yet a delivery to be bowled. 149 on the board. Final 13 balls remaining in the innings. Masterstroke will look to maximize. This time, Manmohan makes room for himself. Agil Reddy throws one outside off stump. He was in a no place to play that. Chaitanya to bowl out. His ball well, 3 overs, 19 for none. Yet to get a wicket, but his ball very economically. Once again, looking to power that one. Yuvan Chandra is looking to hit too hard, understandably, but he needs to focus more on gap finding and placement. 150 is up for Masterstroke. 150 for 4 in 18.1. Manmohan makes room, punches one off the back foot, but only for a single. Boundaries have dried up. Only 3 boundaries from this end so far for Masterstroke Cricket Academy. This time, ball coming high on the bat. Manmohan looking for the second run. He had given up, but a throw was wide. They're coming back for third, and Manmohan is well short of the crease. Well, Manmohan not the quickest runner between the wickets, but sacrifices his wicket on the team's cause. In fact, there was a one shot in that one, so it will only be a single and a wicket of Manmohan of that delivery. Well, Masterstroke lose another in the 19th over. Once again looking for the big shot, but doesn't get out of the middle. They'll look for second. No, in fact, they are settling in with a single. 5 runs and a wicket coming off the 19th over by Chaitanya Chanchanaidu to bowl the final over. 154 for 5 is what Masterstroke Cricket Academy have on the board. They look to get somewhere near 170. They failed to get to a big score. Masterstroke Cricket Academy had a very good surface, winning the toss, opting to bat first, doing the right thing, but fails to get to a big score so far. Vijay Jamalpur was the new batter in. He was in at number 7. 5 matches for him, 144 runs, averaging 36. Strike rate 132.1 for Jamalpur Vijay. Well, looking to pull, but no timing on that one. That ball moves into vacant fine leg region. Wicket keeper after that ball. So it will only be a couple of runs for Masterstroke Cricket Academy as their score moves to 156. 156 for 5 after 19.1. Projected score says 162. They'll have to get somewhere near 180, 170. 3.1 overs, 24 for 2 so far for Chanchanaidu. What a shot that was from Yuvan Chandra. Well moved early, got down low and beautifully scoops it in the fine leg region using the full pace of Chanchanaidu and helping it on its very way. This is what he needs to do on more regular basis. Yuvan Chandra, instead of hitting down the ground against the wind, he should target vacant areas. Once again, gets across, but this time Chanchanaidu does well to follow him up, tucks him for room, still hits away in the square leg, will collect couple of runs. 42 of 28 for Yuvan Chandra. He did the bulk of scoring after the departure of Jamalpur Mallikarjun. Now an extra fielder on the onside. They've got a fine leg after that couple of attempts of scooping. This time Yuvan Chandra drives on the up straight to the sweeper cover. Ajay coming back for the second run and he makes his ground. Good running between the wicket by Jamalpur Ajay. In fact, Jamalpur Vijay. Swing and a miss. Looking for the big shot but gets beaten. That's a dot ball. This will be the final ball of the innings. Masterstroke Cricket Academy have 163 on the board. Well, a slow one. Looking to hit hard. Gets the bottom half. They're coming back for second. A good throw. We'll get a run out. So they'll only get a single of that one. So 164 is what they got. 165 will be the target for the game changers when they come out to bat. Do catches on the other side with the chase. Welcome back to the chase. Six without any loss, game changers after 1 over. Well, Murtaza Ali opened the bowling for Masterstroke. Manmohan now to share the new ball alongside Murtaza Ali. 69 matches for Manmohan, 60 wickets, economy 7.8. Best figures of 4 for 19 for Manmohan. Will be bowling at Akhil. 328 matches for him. 5,129 runs, averaging just under 23. Strike rate 122.53 for Akhil. Pulls one beautifully behind square leg. He'll get couple of runs. Pace was not there on that delivery. It was a very slow ball into the surface, dipping on the batter, almost dying. Akhil does well to get it away. Once again, just on a good length. This time guiding the ball to the third man for a single. Akhil, which brings Chitty on strike. 76 matches for Chitty, 239 runs, averaging 8.54, strike rate of 81.02 for Chitty, who's now on strike. Game changer score moves to 9, 9 without any loss. Chitty punched one off the back foot but straight to the mid on, in fact, to mid off fielder who does well. It's a dot ball. Driven straight to mid off. That's a dot ball. A good over so far from Manmohan. Only 3 runs coming off that one. Last ball of the over. Once again on a length, attacking the stumps. Defended on the front foot. That's a dot ball to close out the over. After 2 overs, 10 without any loss. The game changers. Thereafter 165. They're chasing 165. They're 10 without any loss after 2. There's a change in the bowling attack now. Jamalpur Malikarjun into the attack. Off break bowler will be operating over the wicket for the right handers. 115 matches for Malikarjun. 67 wickets, economy 5.85, best figures of 5 for 7. Will be bowling at Chitty, who's got 4 of 7 deliveries. And both the batters, up until now, showed no intentions of scoring a boundary. They should look to clear the infield. Well, mid wicket and long on are the two fielders outside the circle for Malikarjun. Jamalpur, a very packed field on the offside. Punched off the back foot, fielder right at the edge. So single was there, they have taken it. All fielders on the offside are right at the edge of circle. So single was on. This time attacking the stumps. Malikarjun. Akhil plays one off the back foot. In fact, defends one off the back foot. Well, game changers batters taking the time. Happy to play waiting game in the power play so far. Well, that's in the air. Fielder there in the deep. Will it be taken? Well, that's been put down and adding insult to an injury that goes for a boundary. That should have been first one for Masterstroke Cricket Academy, but that's a boundary for Akhil, who gets a lifeline. Moves to 8 of 7 deliveries now. Akhil, a better effort was required in the long on region. Chance of a run out. Wicket keeper does well to get to the ball, but a poor throw with the batters making their ground with ease. This is a good piece of running between the wicket, played with the soft hand, and run through for a single. Well, this time he goes into covers. Chitty. That's a boundary, much needed one. That's the first four for him. Score moves to 20. Now both the batters looking for boundaries. 20 without any loss after 2.5 game changers. Well, Chitty swings across the line, misses a very straight one. You miss, I hit, says Jamalpur Malikarjun. Gets rid of Chitty. First one down for the game changer at the very last ball of third over. 20 for the loss of one after three. 5 runs so far of the over. Looking to cut, was there an outside edge appeal but turned down by the umpire. So 5 runs coming off the fourth over by Murtuza Ali after 4 overs, 25 for the loss of 1. Game changers. Well, Emmys field. Will they come back for second? No, they are settling in with a single. Score moves to 27. Once again, looking to play off the front foot. Gets beaten. That's a dot ball. Good bowling this from Manmohan. He's kept things tight. 1.3 overs, 5 for none. Too many dot balls inside the power play for game changers. They need to work on that one. Looking for a big shot, but there's a fielder behind, so it will only be a single. Well, a direct hit from long on. Good backing up by the fine leg fielder, so it will only be a single on all. 4 runs so far of this over. 28 for 1. Game changers after 4.4. Short ball pulled away. There's a fielder behind. He puts it down. Well, that was an absolute sitter. Nanda Kishore Neely with the pull shot finds the perfection, finds the fielder in the deep to perfection, and he puts it down, taking reverse cup. Last ball of the over in the air, but over the infield. Mid-off fielder does well by backpedaling. He'll fetch the ball back to the wicket keeper, so it will be couple of runs to close out the over. A good one from Manmohan. 6 runs coming off the fifth over. The game changers 31 for the loss of 1 after 5 overs. Jamalpur Malikarjun will continue. Went for 10 in his first over but got the wicket. Now will ball the final over of the power play. Jamalpur Malikarjun, very experienced, very seasonal bowler Malikarjun. A full delivery driven on the up. Wide of long on. In fact, wide of mid off, but still no single there as that ball traveled very quickly to the inner circle fielder. This time played with the soft hands. They are looking for the quick single. They'll get it. Fielder was right at the edge. So single was there. And both the batters running quickly, quick and loud call. Once again plays with the soft hands and once again gets the quick single. That fielder in the covers was brought in to stop that single, standing well inside the circle. This time beautifully played between covers and cover point. That ball racing across very quickly and will hit the boundary skirtings. What a shot this has been from Nanda Kishore off the back foot. He punches and the ball races very quickly. Timing written all over that shot. That's a class shot from Nanda Kishore. Well, there's an adjustment now. That fielder push back right at the edge after that boundary. Pulled away just over that short square leg fielder. Ball racing away to the boundary, and yes, it will win. That's a boundary, back to back boundaries for Nanda Kishore Neely. Well, how costly will be the drop in the previous over? That was straight in and out in the sweeper cover. This time pulls towards the right of the deep fielder, but he does well while moving towards his right. Keeps the batter to one. 11 runs coming off the sixth over of the innings. 42, 42 for the loss of one. Game changers after power play. They need another 123 of 84 deliveries. Power play done and dusted. 42 for 1 after 6. That ball kept real low. Nothing that Akhil could have done. Trapped right in front of all three stumps. No hesitation in umpire's mind. But he's done there by the bounce. That ball kept real low and hitting low on his pads. Well, that's a very emphatic way to go. But rules are rules. You can't do anything with such kind of bounce. It's a very rarity, but it happened. Akhil, the man dismissed. 47 for the loss of 2 after 6.5. Manmohan with the wicket. New batter in is Santosh K. In at number 4 for the game changers. Full delivery attacking the stump. Safely negotiated. That's a dot ball to close out the over. 47 for the loss of 2 after 7 overs. 83 matches for Santosh, 923 runs, averaging over 20, strike rate 73.37. In at number 4 for the game changers. Malikarjun to continue. Leading edge doesn't carry to the short third fielder who takes it on a bounce. It's a single for Nandakishore Neely. That was a quicker one from Malikarjun. Defense of the front foot. Santosh straight back to Malikarjun. That's a dot ball. Well, batter looking to drive on that occasion gets beaten on the outside edge. Sharp work by the wicketkeeper takes the bails off in a flash, but still not good enough as the batter was inside the crease. Once again, looking to play on the front foot. That ball was not there to be driven. Ball hitting high on the bat. Should have been playing on the back foot, but that's out of delivery. Once again, quicker through the air on the pads, beautifully worked away in the fine leg. Work to be done. Fielder does well, but it will be couple of runs for Santosh. 50 is up for the game changers. 50 for the loss of 2 after 7.5. Last ball of the over. Once again, shot into the surface. Malikarjun goes. Punched off the back foot. Malikarjun does the cleanup job. It will be a single to close out the 8th over. 4 coming off that one. 51 for the loss of 2 after 8. Well, Nanda Kishore Neely looking for the big shot, misses a very straight delivery, and the off stump takes a peck back as the third one is down for the game changers. Manmohan once again into the wicket column. That's the second one of the match for him. Game changers losing the plot. Now 54 for the loss of 3 after 8.4. New batter in is Chaitanya in at number 5 for the game changers. 241 matches for Chaitanya, 986 runs, averaging just under 11, strike rate 85.04. That's a beauty from Manmohan. That ball bounced a bit, took Chaitanya by surprise. Good take by the wicketkeeper. Last ball of the over, beautifully driven on the up, but straight to the sweeper cover. So it will only be a single to close out. Successful one from Manmohan. 4 runs and a wicket coming off the ninth over. 55 for the loss of 3. Game changers after 9. Now back into the attack. Will ball the final over from this end. Appeal, but that ball was always drifting down the leg. No chance that you could have been given LBW out on that delivery, as that was clearly sliding down the leg. 55 for 3. Game changers. At one point, they were moving along nicely, but they have lost two couple of wickets in quick succession. Well, Chaitanya there comes down the track, gives the ball a charge, but Murtuza smart enough to drag his length back. Chaitanya still throws the bat at it, but of no use. That's a dot ball. A good one from Murtuza Ali. Back to back dot deliveries to start off the over. 104 for Chaitanya, 5 of 8 for Santosh. That's a slow one. Got an outside edge. Did that carry to the wicket keeper? Well, both the umpires converging and having a chat, and this is not out. Yes, it looked clearly that it did not carry. Wicketkeeper there diving forward, but still that ball clearly bounced before him. Chaitanya gets a lifeline. This time played off the back foot. got on the top of the bounce, but only defends it. Well, this score going nowhere for game changers in last few overs. Well, that was a good bumper there from Murtaza Ali, targeting the body of Chaitanya. Chaitanya very low, very late on the shot, only manages to get the ball as far as square leg for a single, hitting on the shoulder, hitting on the maker sticker on the bat. A good over from Murtuza so far, only 2 runs coming off that one. Last ball of the 10th over. Last ball from this end, driven on the up, but straight to the long off fielder. So it will only be a single. First 10 overs clearly belongs to Masterstroke Cricket Academy as the game changers reeling on 58 for the loss of 3. They still need 107 of 60 balls at the required rate of 10.7. There will be a change in end. We'll be right back after a very short break. That's a cleanup job. Fourth one down for the game changers. Chaitanya the man dismissed. Vijay Jamalpur going through the defense and hitting the timber behind. 78 for 4, the game changers. They're losing the plot. They're already well behind in this game. Masterstroke making the grip tighter with getting that wicket of game changers. 78 for 4 after 11.3. 87 more needed of 51. Required rate now over 10. 10.24 to be precise. Now that's a full toss. Looking to drive but gets beaten. RM56 is the new batter in at number 6 for the game changers. Was there an outside edge? Looking to drive on the up. Last ball of the over. A length delivery outside off stump. Looking to cut but gets beaten. Three dots on a trot to close out the over. An over starts off. An over starts off with a boundary but ends up with a 4 and a wicket. Excellent comeback from Vijay Jamalpur. Akil Reddy was the new batter who was in at number 6 for the game changers. Omkar will continue. He's conceded 16 in his first over. Well, was there an outside edge? Yes, given. Omkar gets a wicket. Santosh trying to drive that one on the up. Gets a very thick outside edge and a good catch by the wicket keeper. Fifth one down. Now half of the team dismissed. Next batter in is D9. In at number 7. A wicket keeper bat. Captain of the game changers is in. In at number 7. One wings two, as they say. Masterstroke getting two in a quick succession. D9. 71 matches for him. 758 runs, averaging just over 18. Strike rate in excess of 115. Well, appeal for the leg before, but that ball was clearly outside of stump impact and was not even going on to hit the stumps. So, an easy decision for the umpire. Gives it a not out. 78 for 5. Game changers after 12.2. 87 needed in 46. Equation getting tougher and tougher for them. D9 comes down the track and hits one all along the carpet. Down to long on for a single. This is good cricket from Masterstroke Cricket Academy. They've kept things tight. They've got their rewards. They've got wickets in regular intervals. again a good delivery, equally well played by Akhil Reddy, gets himself off the mark with that single. Score moves to 80. 80 for the loss of 5 after 12.4. A good over in pursuit from Onkar. He went for 16 in his first over, but now only concedes 2 and picks a wicket. Well, in the meantime, a beautiful shot from D9 just got under the line of ball and sweeps it over fine leg for a boundary. What a shot that was! Hits that ball with the wind. That is the reason why that ball raced very quickly. Very good looking shot from D9. Much needed boundary for the game changers. The score moves to 84. 81 still needed. Match is on. A slow one, and D9 pulls it beautifully in between mid wicket and square leg. Back to back boundaries to close out the over. Onkar starts off the over with the wicket but ends up giving 10 runs. So 10 runs and a wicket coming off the 13th over. 88 for the loss of 5. Game changers. Jamalpur Vijay to continue. In the air. Well, a good catch from Jamalpur. Mallikarjun to help his brother get the second wicket in this match. That ball was dipping on Mallikarjun, but he does well to get down low and takes a beauty. Ball stopping with the wind. The batter there was hitting against the wind. He has to pay the penalty. More than half a team now back in the sheds as they lose 6th one. Game changers. 88 for the loss of 6 after 13.2. RM56 is the new batter in at number 8. He is a left hand bat. RM56, 24 matches, 621 runs. Average very healthy, 36.53. Strike rate 97.95. Well, Vijay getting his second wicket, attacks the stump very full but beautifully driven on the rise by RM to get himself off the mark with that single. Good piece of bowling this from Vijay. He's kept things quiet at the same time asked questions to the batters. Once again in the air, but this time will land in the no man's area. D9 looking for another boundary. Gets it off the toe of his bat, but still good enough for a single. 90 is up for the game changers. Valaram plays that one with the soft hands and through for a single. This is good running between the wicket. Loud and early call allowed the batter enough time to make the ground. 3 runs and a wicket so far of the over. Last ball of the over. Shot into the surface. Beautifully swept over fine leg for a boundary to close out the over. And over ends on a high for the game changers as they get 4 at the very last ball. All in all, 7 runs and a wicket coming off the 14th over. 95 for 6 after 14. Change in the bowling attack. Yuvan Chandra now with the ball and is being greeted with a beautiful looking square drive right in between point and gully it is that raced away very quickly. With that score moves to 99. Well, do not count the game changers off. They're not done yet. Yes, Masterstroke Cricket Academy is ahead of the game, but the game changers are not yet out of this game. They have good amount of batting left as they bat very deep. RM and D9 both are very established batters. Once again cut towards the left of point this time. That ball will be cut off by the sweeper cover, but it will be easy to misfield by the wicketkeeper as the throw is very wide. But it will still be two for game changers. 100 is up for the game changers. 101 for 6 after 14.2. Looking for the big shot. That ball going away with the angle for the left hander. Ivan Chandra coming around the wicket. In fact, coming over the wicket for the left hander. Gets the ball to move away with the angle. This is good from youngster, keeping the batter in check. 64, 64. Short ball, beautifully lifted over fine leg, down on his one knee, RM56, and beautifully ramps one over fine leg for a boundary. What a shot that was! Got into a position very early. That ball didn't climb enough, but still good enough for RM56 to hit it over fine leg for a boundary. Well, this partnership moving along nicely. In fact, both the batters scoring at good rate. 12 of 6 deliveries for RM56, strike rate of 200, whereas 14 of 6 deliveries for D9, strike rate in excess of 200. Once again, cut away towards the left of sweeper cover, so it will be couple of runs for RM56. He's playing nicely, he's playing the field nicely. 12 runs already of the over. Yet a delivery to be bowled. This is good for batting team. Good over so far for the batting team. Outside edge, ball racing away in the third man region. That's a boundary. No chance for third man to cut that off. Wicket keeper dives towards his left, but not good enough. A very good over for the game changers as they get 16 runs of the 15th over. 111 for the loss of 6 after 15. Now 54 needed in last 5 overs. Run rate, required run rate just over 10. Well, this match is getting tighter as it's coming to its end. 38 needed more of 22 deliveries. Chaos out in the center in the previous ball, but in the an extra throw helping the batter to get through for a single. D9 giving the charge to the bowler, drilling what all along the carpet in the long off region for a single. 37 now needed in 21 deliveries. Match getting interest here. 26 of 12 for D9, whereas 22 of 11 for RM56. Both the batters moving along very nicely. Both have got the strike rate 200 and over 200. That's beautifully sliced over, but there's a fielder behind in the deep gully for that sort of shot, and he exactly fields that one, gets it back in time, so it will only be a single. A good looking shot from RM56, but only for a single. 36 more needed in 20. 6 runs so far of the over. 2 deliveries yet to be bowled. There's a change in field. Point is in and third man drops back. 49. D9 hits it in the mid wicket. That's the longest part of the ground, so it will not go all the way. A deep fielder will clean it up, so it will only be a single. 7 runs of the over, yet a delivery to be bowled now. A good one from Yuvan Chandra, a youngster, bowling well in the pressure. Well, D9 clearly looking tied up there, just jogging through for the singles. Doesn't have enough energy left to look for the second run. Very jam-packed offside field for Aram. Last ball of the over. The one coming over the wicket for the lefty. This time lifts it just over that cover. Wide of long off. Well, they're coming back for second. They'll get the second run. Good running between the wicket by D9. 9 runs coming off the 17th over. 132 for the loss of 6 after 17. Vijay Jamalpur to ball the 18th over. He'll ball out. 3 overs 23 for 2 for Vijay Jamalpur so far. Well, D9 looking to sweep that one, looking to hit that one in the fine leg. Doesn't get off the middle, but what has happened there? It is declined the single. D9. He wants the strike. Looks like he'll go for the big one. This time beautifully lifts one over extra cover. Will that be cut off? The like the fielder there in the deep is has done well to keep it inside the boundary, but it will be couple of runs for D9. A very full delivery outside of stump, beautifully inside out driven. This time he gets underneath the ball, sweeps it, but straight to the deep square leg fielder, so it will only be a single. His intention was to go even finer, but he fails to do so. So it will only be a single. 3 runs of the first half of the over. Well, 30 needed of 15 now. Equations slightly getting tougher for the game changers. Well, looking to sweep that one, missing the ball. We have to wait for the umpire signal. What is it? He says leg by. Well, the fielders there not happy. They're going on with the umpire, but yes, already signaled. He said leg by, so it will stay leg by. One leg by as the score moves to 136 now. 136 for 6 after 17.4. Last two balls. Last two balls remaining in this match. Yeah, sorry, in this over. Once again, peppering the leg side. Vijay hiding that one outside off stump. No timing for D9 on that, so it will only be a single. A good over from Vijay Jamalpur so far. Only 5 runs coming off it. Last ball of the over. That's a full toss. Driven straight on the side screen. They are settling in with a single. Both the batters. And that's the over. 6 runs coming off the 18th over. An excellent one by Vijay Jamalpur. 27 needed of 2. Required rate 13.5 per over from here on for Jamalpur Vijay. Jamalpur Mallikarjun to ball the penultimate 19th over. Well, there was an edge there. RM56 looking to cut. Gets a very thick outside edge. Good catch by Rahmatullah. RM56, the man dismissed with that. The hopes of the game changer scores 138 for 8 now, 27 needed of 10. New batter in is FB in at number 10. Cuts one away but straight to the short third fielder who does well. But it will be a single to open his account. FB is away. Singles won't do it for the game changers. They need boundaries. D9 retired out back. Then immediately RM getting caught behind. Eighth one down for the game changers. They still need 27. They need flurry of runs. Low down the order from their tail enders. Well, looking for the big shot on that occasion. That ball kept low. Skids through the surface. Good take by the wicket keeper. That's a dot ball. This time he swings, but the ball will not carry to the deep fielder. Was charging in, collects the ball on a bounce, so it will only be a single. An excellent over so far from Malik Arjun. Last ball of the over. And very slow through the air. Batter looking for the big shot. Gets beaten. It's a dot ball to close out the over. Now 25 needed of last over. Well, Masterstroke Cricket Academy should feel that they have this, but it's not done until it's done. So the final over will start as the game changers need 25 to win. Ali to ball the final over. Starts off with a dot ball. Murtuza Ali is balled well. Now 25 needed of 5 deliveries. Last 5 balls remaining in this match. This time the batter coming down the track trying to get to the pitch of the ball. But Murtuza Ali is a very smart operator. Ball's just short of good length and no chance you can get underneath that ball. That's a dot ball. From here on, Masterstroke Cricket Academy cannot lose the match up until the ball, no ball or white ball. Maximum of 4 deliveries, 24 can be scored. Will still be a draw. Swing gets at the bottom half of the bat. There's a fielder behind in third man. Batter deciding against the single. That's third dot in a row. Murtaza Ali, very brilliant with his liner length. Not looking to ball. Full is just falling into the surface. Once again into the surface. Punched off the back foot. A good work by the third, in fact, short covers fielder who dives towards his left and definitely saves for not at least 2 runs for his team. That was a fourth dot in this over. Only two deliveries remaining. It's just a formality that needs to be completed. Well, what a ball that was. That's a waste of a delivery. That's a no ball over the waist height. Goes for a boundary. No chance for the wicket keeper to cut that ball. No, no ball. Goes for four. Five extra for the game changers. And the batter will get a free hit too. Is there a twist in a tail? Well, once again, back to his stock delivery into the surface. Batter coming down the track, looking to heave it straight down the ground, gets beaten. That's a dot ball. Looked for the Yorker on the previous ball, gone horribly wrong. Once again, a length delivery into the surface, punched off the back foot. They're not going for a single. That's a dot ball to close out the match as well. A comfortable victory for Masterstroke Cricket Academy as they win by 18. Match summary: Masterstroke Cricket Academy winning the toss, opting to bat first, posting 164 for the loss of 7. In reply, game changers only managing 146 for the loss of 8 in their 20 overs. Masterstroke Cricket Academy win this match with 18 runs. Congratulations to them. Player of the match will be no surprise. Jamalpur Malikarjun for his 52 with the bat and followed up with the brilliance with the ball. 4 overs, 27 for 2, 8.89 MVP points makes him the player of the match. That's it from the commentary box. Do catch us.